Welcome to the Mike Cook Guys podcast, Quarantine Sessions. Before I get started, there's something that I want to get off my chest and just get it out the way. Earlier this week, I've gotten the unfortunate news that a dear friend of mine that I've known through a mutual friend, Big Maury, is no longer here with us. I don't know the reasons why. And it's one of those things I became quiet on because there was enough emotion-wise going on. And anyone who knows me knows I don't talk to people about all of my situations. If I let you in my little circle, then you already know what's going on. But I just want to make a shout out before starting the episode to dedicate this episode to the memory of local poet and friend to everyone. Thank you for all that you've done, Mr. Ivan Burke, or as many people know by his work as Ivan Michael. And it's crazy because every time he would do his like poetry and stuff, he would always say, you know, if Mrs. Burke was here, this is how I would treat you. And just the stuff he would write about, even for a while, it would make me wonder, and it would change my mindset on relationships, because anyone who knows me knows I heavily disagree on a lot of theories of relationships. You know, I just feel because of my past and how many times I've been scorned, I pretty much tell people I failed as a lover, I failed as a friend, and I failed as a son. But the one thing I've never failed at is being a hard worker. And that's just the reality of Mike Cook in a nutshell. But it cracks me up when most women say, "Oh, you're a sweetheart. Oh, you're great. Oh, we enjoy you." Little did you women know you're actually friend-zoning a guy doing that. Stop doing that. If a guy likes you and you're mentioning about other stuff that low-key puts him down, doesn't help. Not that I'm saying I'm like that, because I'm at that age in life. I don't care. I don't. But, so, getting that out of the way, in case some of y'all guys are wondering, this is the NWA World TV Champion. It's not your connection for guys watching the live feed. Facebook Live, ever since they did the update, has been very crappy. So it's only like picking up, 2 frames per second. So it's not you guys. But as long as you can still hear the audio, that's cool. Because it's going based on the bandwidth. And even something this basic is bothering it. So, yeah. Forgive me. Next time I'll probably do the live on my phone rather than my laptop, because once again, my laptop has failed me as a person. So, or who knows, maybe while doing this I might switch over to my cell phone, but it's crazy how it's giving me shit. So forgive me. But anywho, tonight's episode pretty much goes based on the events the past couple of weeks. So, for all of you people out there that are saying that COVID-19 is a fraud, I am telling you now, it is not a fraud. So yeah, I just checked on my cell phone for those wondering. Yeah, I think it's the connection, because it's doing the same on mine. So I ended up restarting and then got back in. So yeah. So last Sunday, I got a phone call from my mom, and basically she was telling me that my aunt, her oldest sister, contracted the COVID-19 virus, and that bothered me. But what bothered me even more wasn't the fact that she caught COVID-19. What bothered me was the fact that the nursing home that she's staying at neglected her. So, for those out there that's drinking the Kool-Aid, sipping the bleach, COVID-19 is real because it impacted my family. I knew it was real since the beginning. A lot of people can have their conspiracy theories, but that part doesn't bother me. What bothers me is the neglect that my aunt had to go through of being neglected by people, of not being taken care of. You know, the woman had bed sores and they didn't do anything about it. So you pretty much had that woman sitting there suffering. So my personal opinion, when it comes to the COVID virus, when people catch it in nursing homes, I think my personal opinion, a prime example, that it's not the people that are catching it because of the spread. It's people that are catching it because they're also being neglected and letting it spread to where everyone catches it. They're not being taken care of. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let something like that happen to my aunt. But right now, she's doing a whole lot better compared to last week. She's being discharged in a couple of days. So many people who've said prayers that know about the situation, thank you. Family members, you know, we appreciate that. But it just really bothered me that that happened. So when I got the news after talking to my mom about it, and my mom was very bothered by the situation, I could tell in her voice. She was worried. That's her sister that's left in the family. She only got one sister and one brother left that's surviving. So I get it. So that next day, I got the car tuned up. I did my laundry. And by Monday night, I was already on the road heading to South Carolina. And I got there at 7 in the morning or so. But because of the rain, I got there at about 8. You know. What's happening, y'all? I see you message me. I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm just, y'all know me. I rant and ramble, especially when I'm in a very passionate mood. But yeah, it's just one of those things that it really bothered me. And I had to make sure I had to come home to support my mom. Because one thing about my mom that I give her so much credit for, mom has always been the glue of the family. You know, if the siblings were the four horsemen, mom would be the J.J. Dillon of the group. And I'm not saying that as a downfall. I'm just saying. Or if we were the Road Warriors, mom would be Paul Ellery. She just holds the glue together. You know. So that was already going on to where, you know, a friend of mine passed away, and then, you know, my aunt's situation. And then because, you know, all that is going on, it was just, my mind was on autopilot to where all I can do was just show up in South Carolina and be there for my mom. So a lot of people who are probably holding resentment still and are butthurt because I didn't take the time to visit you while I was in the city of Beaufort, I'm sorry, but my family came first. And until this COVID shit clears up, every time I make a visit to South Carolina, it's got to be video chat. It's either take that or leave it. But you have certain people, and I'm not busting out names, that do not want to accept that. And that's cool. That's cool. And yes, I know my video's choppy. It's because of Facebook Live on my laptop and instead of my phone, because I'm trying to do everything more hands-free. So, because what I want to do on future episodes, I want to do it to where it's on video. So, like I said, once again, those who are saying the video's choppy, please forgive me. Blame Facebook. Put it on them for giving me such low resolution. Like, how do you expect me to work with only 1 frame per second? Like, you know? So, and I know people that are sending me private messages right now. I will promise you I will get to it because I have like a whole list of stuff to mooch about. And, so for starters, I do have some great news for my Canadian fans and members of the Mike World Order. So coming soon, I'm going to be in Canada. And by being in Canada, not physically, but on your radio show. So me, along with a good friend of mine, Raymond McElman. I hope I said it right this time. Raymond McElman. So, we've always, well, he mainly, because he's a genius, has always talked about wanting to do a show and have me on there. And I remember one time I did like a test drive where I was doing a parody character of R. Kelly. And it worked. So, coming soon to a Canadian radio station, to you and people in America, because there's a link. It's going to be the R4 show with Razor Ray and me, the big MC. Friday nights 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on classicrockxl.ca. That's classicrockxl.ca. And for those wondering what does R4 means, I think it means Razor Ray's Retro Rock, or yeah, something like that. So the R4s or the 4Rs, however you want to say it. That's going to be pretty much the game plan. We got merch for our people in the Canadian area because he lives right in London, Ontario. If you're interested in buying a t-shirt, please let him know. Let me know. I will be helping with orders too, because I'm telling you, one thing about Ray that's pretty cool. He's a he's another guy who likes to put it out just like I do, and at no extra cost. He'll do it at all extra costs. I mean, so he's a genius. So that's pretty much the next game plan. Now, I know what you guys are wondering. What does that mean for the Mike Put Guys podcast? I'll still be doing the podcast. That being said, on a future episode of, R4, we're going to be doing a ice cream contest where we're going to be giving away free ice cream. And who doesn't love free ice cream? I love ice cream, but I fucking hate my ice cream man. And I'm going to tell you why. So on the last episode, I mentioned to you guys how the ice cream man screwed me out of, getting ice cream. Because I'm running down the 4th floor. I'm used to paying things by card. I'm not keeping cash. There's a pandemic going on. Regardless of what anyone says about the theories of, don't give cash, give cash. Because if this is going on, you need to give cash. No, I don't trust myself. I'm not trusting you. You're taking my card, and I'm swiping. That way I can wipe it down with hand sanitizer. So, the funny part was, I once again had a fallout with the the ice cream man. Yo, don't judge me, man, because of me having a fallout with the ice cream man. It's not my fault, okay? So what happened for the second time, when I went to the ice cream man, this time I brought cash. I brought cash this time. And this guy, same one that said, we don't take card, we take cash. He had the nerve to tell me that the ice cream I wanted, we ran out of. I was like, you got to be shitting me. I compromised for you, keeping cash in my pocket for the first time in a long, long time. And you couldn't give me what I want? Like, that's how I felt right now. I felt like this dude cannot give me what I want. I felt like Dave Bautista when he cut that promo on Triple H, where at least 30 times he said, give me what I want. Give it to me. Give me what I want. But you know what? I'm about to start playing that clip again when I need to beg for things. I'm just going to start playing that. Or I'm just going to start saying it like a jerk. Because they could have gave me what I want. And they did it. And I wanted to cry. You know. So yeah, I cussed out the ice cream man again. Can't get mad at me for it, you know. I wanted ice cream. You know. Ice cream, you scream. Give me my damn ice cream. So I ended up getting something else, and I went back upstairs in 90-degree weather to the 4th floor because I don't have an elevator, so I had to take them stairs. And it was just a pain in the ass. And I remember chatting to my friend, a.k.a. Hot Canadian Wife, about it. And anywho, shout out the Hot Canadian Wife. But it was just funny because a lot of people are trying to figure out who Hot Canadian Wife is. She's not a Hot Canadian Wife. She's not my Hot Canadian Wife. She's just the Hot Canadian Wife. So just to get that confusion out the way before you guys start saying, who's this woman you trying to boo up? At this point, when you realize that you can like someone as much as you can, but you know that you're not the interests, you just accept things as they are. And that's regardless of location or anything. Because I know, here's my thing. This is just my theory of everything, whether it's interests, things you want to do, life in general. If it's at the point where you have an excuse that's not even convincible, don't waste the people's time. And that's just pretty much how it is. But yeah, it's crazy because once again, you still find out people's true colors. And I'm not going to bust anyone out, but all I can say is it's just like the same theory on cops. It's just like the same theory on, you know, everything else. White people, black people, Hispanics, Asians. We're not all bad people. But of course, it would take something that someone did to ruin it for us all. And I get that. But anywho, I'm like going ping-ponging everywhere when I'm still on the subject of me being in South Carolina. So, you know, I was there for only like 3.5 days. And most of the time I was pretty much with my niece. And, you know, she's just the most adorable thing ever. She's hell on wheels, though. Like, I'm starting to learn how much of a brat she is. Because if things don't go her way, oh my God. It can be the most basic thing, and she'll be like, oh! And even though right now I'm like confused as what happened? What's going on with my little baby? But I'm also starting to learn, oh yeah, if her personality is like that as an adult, nothing is going to stop her for what she wants to do in life. And hopefully one of those things are main event in WrestleMania, because I need tickets. Because I always jokingly say that my niece is going to one day headline WrestleMania, because when she hits a certain age, I'm going to convert her into pro wrestling. And also, I also noticed something too while I was back home. How hard is it for you people in Beaufort, South Carolina to put a mask on? Everywhere I went, there's someone that's not wearing a mask who's like all up in trying to get close to my girl talking to me. No, get the fuck back, put a mask on, and then say hi. It's like, this is why we're going through all these closures and everything. And it pisses me off because I'm in a situation where, I pretty much spent the majority of my summer out of work. And I miss work because that's all I know. Pretty much the past couple of months has taken away my identity. But in exchange, I've been able to, vibe with a bunch of new people in the groups that I've been in. So that's also been a good thing too. But it sucks because it's like, okay, because of this happened, and it would have never happened had I not met this, So I get it. But, yeah, it's just like, it's not that hard, man. Put a mask on. That's all we're asking. Even the people that, did my feet because I had to get a pedicure, and then I got my eyebrows waxed. They had like the plexiglass helmet on where, they can still do what they're doing. No problem. If it's at the point where I can feel safe getting my feet done and I don't feel safe elsewhere, why bother? And this is why, even though Virginia has slowly opened up its doors, it's at the point where now I can sit and eat somewhere, and social distancing and the accommodations. It's, we're trying to get back to our own version of normal, and that's a great thing. And of course, I always say I'm not going to talk about politics on this show, but something like that, I'm going to talk about. It only takes you the same amount of time for you to text someone, hey, where you at? Same time frame it takes to put a mask on. So if you're out there listening, pretty please, with sugar on top, put your fucking mask on. That's all I'm asking for. Man. And I know what you guys are expecting. Is this going to be a long rant? No. I just wanted to rant about that because it had me feeling some type of way. And it did. Keep practicing social distancing. What you guys do in the bedroom is not my business. But what y'all do out in public, as a human, it is my business. Even when yesterday I found out that there was a beach in the area, not even 10 minutes from where I live. It's so mind-blowing because this whole time people have been driving 2 hours, 3 hours to go to, the nearest beach. I found a private one that's local in my area, and not a lot of people were there. And the people that were walking around, guess what they were wearing? Masks. What does that tell you? It's not that hard. But I guess right now, you can say face masks are the new condoms. Because that's what it feels like. Which is starting to make me wonder about y'all. If y'all don't wear condoms, then y'all don't wear face masks. Me, I don't wear a condom. But I'm wearing a face mask. Now, I know what you're going to say. That's quite hypocritical. You gave that, same comparison, and I don't like that. That's not cool. But, that's just how it is, though. No comparison. similarities. There's a fine line between similarities and comparison. This is no comparison, people. You know, none at all. So it's crazy. You know, we don't know when this country's going to get normal. Some people are saying August. Some people are saying September. Some are going to the lengths to even say January. None of us really know. I know who does know, but I'm not going there. And appreciate the messages of condolences and whatnot. But you know what? Now that I got all that out of my system and all the plugging in that I can do, of course, this is my favorite, the Q&A session. If you guys got any questions or if you guys want to state your opinion on something, this is your platform to do so. And unless you guys do, I'm going to keep rambling about things, you know. But for the time being, I'm pretty much going to start rambling. So, I was talking to a hot Canadian wife, and it was just like out of curiosity. I asked her if her boobs were real, and she was like, "What?" I was like, "I'm sorry, the photos you post, it just seemed like you had them done." And of course, she was like, "No." And of course, I'm asking out of curiosity because one, once upon a time, not long ago, at age 19, I was a bouncer at a strip club, and you see them all the time. So when you see them all the time, you pretty much are easily to recognize what's real and what's not. But, you know, I asked as a friend out of curiosity, you know. I hate both of them, but I still wear a face mask when I have to. The fan responses on this. I know, I hate both of them too, but now it's at the point where I've embraced it so much. I think I got like 13 masks, and they all have like a different style to them. So I'm trying to be like Ultimo Dragon up in this piece, you know, USA up in this hoe. And I'm only saying that because that's Derek Lewis's catchphrase. It sounds cool when he says it, you know. But yeah, it's been a minute, Hangman Lee. Like, we need to get Hangman Lee on an episode of the show. If you want to talk about hilarious moments, Hangman Lee is funny. And the title that you guys are viewing on the live feed, that is the NWA World Television Championship on Blackstrap. You know, you guys can see it. I feel like my screen is blurry as hell. I don't know why. And it shouldn't be, but thank you to the person who responded with letting me know that yours are fake. But I kind of figured that on a photo on a post that you did. But of course, I wasn't going to point it out because you got a man. And that's one rule I don't do. If you got a man, and I know who your man is, I'm going to watch my mouth because not everyone is as accepting to a woman getting complimented by another man. Like, not everyone's that lenient. Because they'd be like, "What'd you say about my woman? You looking at her boobs." Like, I'm sorry, bro. They were like out there. Can't get mad at me for it. If anything, I should applaud you because you're the one who's got to, you know, you got access to them. That's what I never understood about insecure men. Being someone who was one, but I was more insecure about all the wrong things because that's just how it was. Like, it cracks me up when some women on like groups or Facebook, they keep talking about, if you're under 7 inches, lower your voice. For the record, I don't care what size. I'm going to talk in any tone that I want. Okay? I pay my bills, I pay my rent, and I can do what I want. And if you don't like it, get out the apartment. And I've actually kicked out people in my apartment because it's one thing to listen, but when it's at the point where you're going on and on and on about it, and I'm usually one who does not intervene or complain, but the moment where it's time to pull the complaint card, do not take it personal. Y'all be looking at me like, what did I do to you? And I'm looking at you like everything. But yeah, congrats on those, because I knew off the bat. But of course, I wasn't going to ask. That's always, I have so many cardinal rules, it's not even funny. That's why I stay in the safe zone, and most of you fuck boys out there, you always get caught or in trouble or get your ass beat. Hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of slack for this episode because of how the content of me cursing so much is unethical and inappropriate. I know. Trust me, I know. But the cool part is, so far about this week, expansion. So not only are you guys going to see me on a Canadian radio show or hear me on a Canadian radio show, you guys are going to have a weekly access to the Mike Cook Guys podcast. I'm just going to be doing episodes under at least the top 35 minutes. And then on top of that, exclusive to this one group I'm in, which I'm not naming, they're getting a live episode every Monday night. They're getting an exclusive episode just for them. So anyone who's a follower of me, they're pretty much going to have access to me 3 times a week, 3, 4, 5 times a week, because the radio show is going to be on 3 days. That's a lot. Like, are y'all ready to handle that much of me within the time frame? Hope so. Because I'm going to be enjoying doing this. Just the thought of it, you had to just take that quick moment to pause and bask it in. When in reality, I was trying to hold back from burping, so y'all wouldn't hear it. I'm telling you, it's madness. And I've been chugging like Gatorade Zero the past few days because, so Monday, I did stem cell therapy treatment, getting it donated. And usually when that happens, my body feels drained. My body feels like Dracula's pricked me 2 times, shoved 2 straws in, and got to sucking. And my body was so drained. Plus the fact that I had to drive an hour to get there, an hour to get back home, because it's in Maryland. By the time I got home, I was so drained and tired, and I didn't put nothing on my stomach, which I should have. I went to bed and I went to sleep. I woke up drenched in my own sweat. Because just like the last episode, the AC went out once again. That's one of the downfalls of living on the 4th floor. When the heat is beaming, it's beaming on you first and nobody else. But it got fixed. We're back chilling in the cool again. But ever since then, my body has been out of whack still. So I've been chugging like Gatorade Zeros like crazy, just so I can get all the nutrients back in my system. you know. And then one person was like, you wouldn't have to be worried about this if you had a boo thing. Well, that's true, but apparently I'm not the flavor of any boo thing. Otherwise, I would have been had one already, right? Like, seriously? Like, don't be giving me that lecture. And I will tombstone pile drive any person who tells me the right one's going to fall in your life. Because the same ones that tell me that, they either in the same position I am, but eventually they find someone, or someone who's already in a relationship just to be nice. Do not give me that. I will tombstone you, have someone dressed up as a ref, and count to 3, and all that good junk. You know? I just have to say that as a reminder every time. Because some people, I get the persistency, but it ain't worth it. Like one dude in the grocery store, he was having a conversation about it, and I don't even know the guy, and he literally just got up in my grill, just asked me for an opinion, and he was like, he said, "You look like you're married and got kids." I guess because of my summer dad bod and goatee, looking like you're a neighborhood Hispanic dad. He's like, "So what are your theories on love?" I looked at him. I said, "This is evil. Everything is evil. Subatewa. Evil." And he looked at me like I was weird. And he just said, "Words well said." Because if you spell love backwards, you get evil. Didn't know that, did you? You learn something new. It's not the correct spelling, but you guys get where I'm coming from. But I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all going to give me shit for that and say, "You little liar. What about hot Canadian wife?" Once again, she's not my hot Canadian wife. She's the hot Canadian wife, or a hot Canadian wife. Not my hot Canadian wife. I have to remind you guys that all the time. But that being said, we're pretty much about to hit close to the mark. The post show is going to be on the other group. So if you're a member of that other group, we're going to have the post show and have some fun, some more fun. We're just getting started. Getting the party started. So, that being said, I am your host with the most, Mike Cook. Stay tuned, because when it drops, it will drop, the R4 show with Razor Ray and me, the Big MC. And hope you guys enjoyed this episode of me ranting and rambling. And I do appreciate everyone with the messages and the condolences. You know, I much love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And we're just going to move over to the post show. So let's get it in, y'all. Goodbye and good night. Bang!